Hey everyone, Jeff Adams here from the Icebox Radio Theater, coming on to let you know about a major change to our membership program. Now, if you've always wanted to join the IBRT but couldn't for financial reasons, we're thrilled to announce the addition of free memberships. That's right, for the first time, we're offering you a seat at the table where all the big decisions are made here at the IBRT, absolutely free. Of course, we're still offering paid memberships with additional benefits for your support, and we'll continue to offer a Patreon page as well. But we felt the time was right to open things up a little bit and invite anybody who wants to join to join. So just go to our website, that's iceboxradio.org, and click on the Join link to learn more. Thanks for your time and consideration, and as always, keep listening.
The next half hour has your bags packed to take a trip with America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At insurance investigation, he's an expert. At making out his expense account, he is an absolute genius.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office Nutmeg State Casualty and Bonding Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during your policyholder, the Fun Fair and Weatherly Carnival shows, or how I went for a spin on a case we might refer to as Murder is a Merry-Go-Round. Expense account item 1, 25 cents. Purchase of Billboard Theatrical Magazine to check the route of Fun Fair and Weatherly Carnival shows. Expense account item 2, $286, air and train fare to Talladega, Alabama. Item 3, $3.10 cab fare in what was only a fair imitation of a cab from Talladega Depot to the dusty vacant lot which had overnight found itself wearing theatrical makeup. Brightly, as the hot sun beat down on the midway, it couldn't help the layout of canvas and slats from looking beat up. A perspiring mechanic shot sparks of profanity back at a giant hoop of a Ferris wheel. I asked him what he knew about the accident of a week before when a car dropped off this same Ferris wheel, badly injuring 3. He was charming.
Listen, pretty boy, don't go getting nosy around here.
A Joe in charge of the electric scooter concession was just as sweet. On the subject of how come one of the scooters blew up a few nights back, sending a citizen to the hospital, he just didn't feel like talking.
If you ain't a cop, you start moving. If you are, where's your warrant?
I was just asking the pilot of the giant airplane spin what he thought might have cut the cables the night one of his gliders took off across the carnival crowd, crashing and busting up a few more customers, when I got a canvas man's version of a sharp answer. A tent stake right behind my ear.
So Sleeping Beauty's waking up, huh?
Who are you?
I thought maybe you'd be sick of asking questions. First, maybe you better answer a few before you get up. Number 1, who are you?
A pilgrim from Hartford.
Never mind the double talk, wise guy. What's your name?
My name is Johnny Dollar, but right now, I feel like 2 cents.
What's your big interest in those accidents you were asking about?
Strictly academic. I'm only representing this insurance company that's paying off on those accidents. Now, maybe you'll tell me who you are and where I am.
Thought you guys were smarter. I'll let you in on a little secret. Next time you want to find something out on a traveling show, get to the boss first. Asking a lot of questions around a circus or carnival is unhealthy.
Where is the boss, Miss Pepper?
Louisa's out on the other end of this trailer. She'll be right out. Okay, you can get up on your feet.
Hope you don't mind. If I don't stay up on him, I feel more like sitting down.
Yeah, go ahead.
You still haven't told me who you are.
My name's Brennan.
Oh, yeah. Shanty Brennan. Yeah, you're the general manager of the show. It told me all about you. Louisa Pepper's right arm and strong arm. How long will she be?
Yeah, she's getting dressed. Just finished taking a nap. We drove all night to get here. Hey, How about having a flask with me while you're waiting?
No thanks. I haven't enjoyed a noon bottle since I was 2. But don't let me stop you.
Yeah, well, thanks. It's time for lunch. Oh. Ooh. Whew. Are you sure you won't have one?
I'm sure. Brennan, the insurance company's been checking up on your show. The police chiefs in the last 10 towns you've played say it's a clean one.
Yeah, well, we haven't got a pickpocket or grifter in the lot.
But plenty of trouble during those past 10 stops?
At least one a night somebody's got hurt. But never any of us. It was always one of the townies, the citizens. Last night, a car on the whip cut loose. I sent 4 to the hospital.
Uh-huh. 4 more insurance claims for Nutmeg State casualty and bonding, huh?
And one more town we won't be able to play again for a couple of years. It's a wonder we didn't travel out of that town last night by rail, tarred and feathered.
For 10 straight nights now, you've had at least one big accident every night. What's your guess, Brennan? Has fate taken a steady job on your show, or is somebody out to get you?
Yeah, somebody's out to get us.
Okay, well, do you have any idea?
Hello? Oh, well, why didn't you tell me we were entertaining a gentleman's shanty? I ought to put on some more clothes.
It would have taken a lot more clothes to recover all there was of Louisa Pepper. She looked like an aging Cupid doll, but even in a carnival, she was no prize. I didn't like the look in her eye, looked much too friendly. So right away I decided to change the unspoken subject. Miss Pepper, I'm here on business insurance.
Sorry, we're not buying any.
And I'm not selling any.
Oh?
The way things have been going, the insurance company I represent would probably like to have some of yours back.
Really?
Yeah, I'm from the Nutmeg State Casualty, investigating the accidents.
Huh. Hope you find out more than we've been able to, and fast, before we go broke. The word's traveling one town ahead of us. They got us pegged for a dangerous midway.
Have you been using police protection?
20 extra cops a night, at $10 a cop. So night before last, the guy winds up with a hammer to try and ring the bell and win a cigar. Top of the hammer flies off and almost brains a cop. Around this show, the police need protection.
I see what you mean. How are you fixed for people who don't like you? We got many to choose from?
We treat our help fair and square. We know them all and we trust them all.
Fire anybody lately?
Nobody. The ones who left were floaters, but none of them had a beef.
Okay, Miss Pepper. Now, think back. In all your life, who'd most like to see you have a real bad time?
Only one guy, and he's not around.
Dead?
Well, as good as. He's in jail. Has been for the last 8.5 years.
That's a long time. How long did he go up for?
Got a 10-year stretch.
Huh.
Well, what are you thinking, Dollar?
I'm thinking that, with time off for good behavior, maybe he's not in jail.
Not in jail? Shanty! He's gotta be in jail. He's gotta be, I tell ya. You told me you were keeping an eye.
All right, break it up, Louisa. If Carter Lacey has a voice as sharp as yours, he can saw his way out of jail. Okay, Dollar. You made a guess. How about seeing how good it is?
Sure, I'll find out if your boogeyman is still in jail, but I didn't catch that name.
Lacey. Carter Lacey.
What did he go up for?
What's it to ya?
Cut it, Louisa. Dollar, we sent Carter Lacey to jail in Massachusetts St. Prison in Charleston for attempted murder. He tried to kill Louisa's niece, Myrtle.
I see. Is she around?
She's running the snake show on the Midway. Dollar, how soon can you check out whether or not Carter got out?
Soon as I can make a telephone call. But, Shanty, before I do, I'd like to elaborate on that guess I made. I not only guessed that Carter Lacey's out of jail, but I'd also guessed that he's been out a little over 10 days. Expense account item 4, $3. Telephone call to Massachusetts State Prison, confirming both of my guesses. Carter Lacey had checked out of the Bay State's Hotel Greystone for Bad Boys 2 weeks previously. Item 5, $32. Telephone calls to various hotels in the last 10 towns the Fun Fair and Weatherly Carnival shows had played. Item 6, 10 cents. 2 nickels spent calling 2 hotels right here in Talladega. Then I dropped 1 more nickel on the telephone. Got the lucky number.
Yes, sir. We do have a Mr. Carter Lacey registered. Room 312. Shall I call?
And hit the jackpot. Expense account item 7, 65 cents. Cab fare to Sunshine Hotel. Tip to driver, $1. From the lobby, I called room 312. He invited me up. I invited him down. I knew I'd feel better talking to Carter Lacey with a lot of people around. They make nice witnesses if he suddenly got homesick for prison life and, used me as his ticket back. I waited in the coffee shop. The waitress brought me a cup of coffee, and my palate went to work refereeing a one-sided bout between the strong Java and the weak cream.
Well, $1?
That's right. Sit down.
Thanks.
So, you're Carter Lacey, You want some coffee?
No thanks. Keeps me awake nights.
How about your conscience? Having the same trouble with that?
No, my conscience deserves an 8.5-year rest. But it can't start its vacation until I even up a few scores.
Busting up carnivals?
That's child's play. Look, $1, over the phone you told me you're an insurance investigator. You can save your company a lot of money.
How?
Call them up and tell them not to insure the lives of just 3 people. Because any minute now, 2 of them are going to end up dead.
Louisa Pepper, her niece Myrtle, and her Shanty Brennan?
Yeah, $1, I'm going to kill 2 of those people. The other one who's still my friend's going to help me do it. In case you don't know your law, $1, don't bother calling the cops. I can't be held for making a threat unless I put it in writing.
Well, Lacey, I don't know what your beef is against the people running that carnival, but those accidents have been hurting a lot of innocent bystanders.
$1, you're talking to a guy who really knows what that means. I know all about getting hurt as an innocent bystander.
Expense account item 8, $25. Retained at a local detective agency, hiring a shadow for Mr. Carter Lacey. Explanation? An ounce of crime prevention is worth a ton of trials. Item 9, $1.20. Cab fare back for the evening's festivities at the Fun Fair and Weatherly Carnival, which was rapidly becoming more and more of a thrill show. Expense account item 10, 30 cents. Down payment on ulcer-eating supper at what the carny people call a grease joint. After that, I made my way among the trailers that were lined up behind the midway, and as I looked for the one housing Louisa's snake-charming niece Myrtle was in, the burning sensation around my heart wasn't all caused by the hot dogs I'd just eaten.
Who is it?
I've got a message from Carter Lacey.
What did you say?
I said I've got a message from Carter Lacey for you and your Aunt Louisa and Shanty Brennan. You're the only one I haven't met yet, so I thought I'd deliver it to you first.
Where is he?
In town. Got any snakes in the trailer?
No, of course not.
All right then. How about inviting me in?
Are you the insurance guy they told me about?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, come in. What did Lacey say?
He said that he's gonna kill 2 of the 3 of you.
Which 2? Did he say?
No, he didn't. He just said that 2 of you are gonna get it, and that his one friend among you, the remaining one, is gonna help him do it.
He'll do it. He hates us. I know he'll kill us. You say Louise and Shanty don't know yet?
No, they don't. You're the first to know.
Well then, wait here. I'll run and tell him. I'll stop back before I go into the tent to do my next show. Grab yourself a drink. I'll be right back.
But she wasn't right back. And it's just as well she wasn't. She might have interrupted me while taking a sightseeing trip through the drawers of her trailer's built-in bureau. The piles of silky nothings that gave gals that certain something didn't tell me anything I hadn't already known about women before. But a little black book stashed among them did. I needn't have rushed my search, though, because Myrtle Pepper was still gone after 10 minutes. That's about the time I headed out to her Aunt Louisa's trailer, pulled open the door, and walked in.
Oh, you scared me, $1, barging in like that.
Mr. Dollar, I told you I'd be right back.
Did Myrtle here deliver Mr. Lacey's little love letters?
Yes, the fool. He was always a fool. He can't kill us.
Why? Because it's against the law?
I mean, it's impossible, that's all.
Look, Miss Pepper, you and your niece here are both plenty scared. Why, you're out shaking those dancers you got working over on the Midway. Myrtle, have you told Shanty about Lacey's threat?
Yeah, I met him on the way over here. Asked him if he'd feed my snakes before showtime. They're dangerous to work with if they're hungry. Yeah, I told him. Said he'd join us here.
Well, what did he say when you told him?
He said, if Lacey had one of us helping him, then the three of us better stick together so we can watch each other.
Smart man. He had a good idea. I'd say the three of you had better start sticking close together, beginning right now. Come on.
Well, where are we going?
Over to the snake tent. And when we get there, Myrtle, you'll be the only one of us who will be among friends. The three of us left Louisa's trailer. We walked past the back of the shooting gallery concession, right in the front of it, and along the back of the line of canvas shanties. We stopped at one. Myrtle pulled back the canvas flap, and I stepped in, ready for everything. With the ladies not far behind me, I edged slowly over to the square redboard Friends, set up in the center of the tent. There were danger signs splashed in white along the outside walls of the pit. I clenched my teeth and looked down through the wire mesh top at a slithering tangle of writhing, angry reptiles. And there, lying among them, with a vicious red welt splashing his forehead, was Shanty Brennan. He was feeding the snakes, all right. I'd just seen a murder mystery where the actors have been hissing instead of the audience. The lead character in that snake pit wasn't going to win any Academy Award. The scene of the crime was no place for a woman, so I herded Auntie Louisa and her niece Myrtle out of the tent and back into the trailer.
Oh, Shanty, how terrible.
Oh, I guess I was wrong, Dollar, when I said Carter Lacey couldn't do it.
Oh, what's going to happen to us?
According to what Lacey told me, Myrtle, what's supposed to happen is only going to happen to one of you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, he claims that one of you is in this with him, and that one knows she's safe. This may turn out to be an acting contest between you two.
What's that crack supposed to be about?
Well, the one who's safe wouldn't want anybody to know she feels safe, huh?
Huh. Wish I'd learned to cry.
Louisa, you don't think it's me?
Well, I know it ain't me.
Now, ladies, how about observing a moment of silence in the memory of the deceased while I give you a few instructions? Okay. Have you got a gun in here, Louisa?
Yes, and a license to carry it.
Good. Where is it? The gun, not the license.
Well, I won't give it to you.
Well, if you don't, people might get to thinking that you're Carter Lacey's girlfriend and accomplice. Anyway, I don't want the gun to take with me. I want to leave it here. Where is it?
It's in that drawer right over there.
Which end of the drawer?
Well, what's the matter with you? You blind? You'll see it.
I'm not turning my back on you. Which end?
Boy, you'd make a lousy trapeze artist, Dollar. You don't take any chances. This end, towards me.
Thanks. Now, where are the keys to the car hitched to the front of this land yacht?
What for, Dollar?
Just another chance I'm not taking. With those keys in my pocket, this trailer won't be joyriding off anybody into the night. Where are they?
I'll get them for you.
Wait a minute, Myrtle. How come you know where Louisa's keys are?
Yeah, Myrtle, how come?
Why, well, they're laying right there in plain sight.
Oh, thanks. Now, I'm going out and calling the police. Louisa, I want you to get into that chair down at the other end of the trailer.
Okay, General, you got the gun.
And you, Myrtle, get in that bunk down at the other end.
I don't understand all this.
While I'm gone, I don't want one of you gals to be knocking off the other. But, on the other hand, I can't leave you here without protection. So I'm leaving the gun, right here, on this table, in the middle of the trailer. And if Carter Lacey comes knocking at your door, well, you can have yourselves a race for it. Expense account item 11, 5 cents. Telephone call to the local police, plus another nickel spent calling a taxi. The cops arrived in 4 minutes, the cab in 15. Its driver had no siren to take him through the traffic lights. Item 12, $1.10. Cab fare on an exceedingly slow and torturous trip to the Sunshine Hotel. Trip to his kind of a driver? A nickel. I went up to the third floor to Carter Lacey's room, 312. I rapped for an entrance, but all that came back was an echo. The lock on the door was the soft touch type, known to the trade as the burglar's friend, so I went in. Stars fell in Alabama. Stiffs fell in Alabama tonight. Hello? Operator? Operator, this is an emergency call. Let me have the Talladega police, will ya? Hello? Police department? This is the same guy who just called you from the carnival to report a murder. Yeah, well, you can send in the second team. I've got another one for you over here at the Sunshine Hotel, room 312. A party's just been strangled. Yes, I'm sure. Lots of bruises and deep-set fingernail marks in the throat. Sure, I know who it is. The name of the deceased is Myrtle Pepper. Myrtle Pepper certainly had been a fast worker. She not only has beat me down to the hotel, she's managed to get herself killed in the bargain. I dusted the room for information, which was obviously more than the floor mate had done for dirt, and came up with the kind of an eye-opener you don't drink. A pint-sized surprise in the form of some old newspaper clippings, and Carter Lacey's prison release form. And what amount? Let me in on something. I got out of the room, into the elevator, and when I hit the lobby, wondering where to start looking for him, I found him sitting there, looking at me.
Hi.
Where do you want to talk, Lacey?
Well, I don't wanna. But if you want to try and make me, what's the matter with right here?
Okay, I supplied you with an alibi today. I don't see him in the lobby.
Oh, you mean that detective you hired to shadow me? Yeah, he wasn't very good. I spotted him right off. Then he developed stomach trouble. He got kicked in it. You know, in prison I was a trustee. People trusted me. I get out and now nobody trusts me.
Well, with that forecast you gave me this morning, what else?
Forecast?
Yeah, you predicted that you'd kill 2 people. Well, tonight, the 2 people are dead. Shanty out at the carnival and now Myrtle up in your room. What does that make you?
A great forecaster.
Or the killer, maybe?
Thanks for the maybe, dollar. Look, I came to this town to take care of something. I took care of it. You want to yell cop, go right on ahead. From now on, nothing bothers me.
Well then, stop chewing your nails. You told me this morning that one of those 3 people was working with you. There's only one left, and suddenly, Lacey, I don't believe your story.
And suddenly, dollar, I don't care.
Shanty Brennan lied to me this morning, didn't he? He said that you went to prison on a charge of attempted murder. Your prison release forms say you went up for grand larceny.
Oh, you see what happens to bad little boys who tell lies?
I'm not through yet. I fished a bank book out of Myrtle Pepper's trailer. A 3-way joint bank account, Myrtle, Shanty, and Louisa. The first deposit, $60,000. The date? The same year you went to prison for $60,000 stolen. To me, that spells a 3-way split for them and a frame for you. Also, to you, it spells a motive for hating all 3 of them.
So I lied to you. What are you going to do, dollar? Wash my mouth out with soap?
From now on, I don't need answers from you, including smart ones. But look, you'd better stick around. If the cops don't pick you up for murder, maybe the hotel will want to press charges against you for having an extra, unregistered person occupying your room.
Who is it?
Johnny Dollar.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's Carter? They arrested him? Tell me, did he escape?
He's at the hotel, and the cops are on their way down there right now. I hope he's more talkative with them than he was with me.
You talked to him?
Yeah, I had a long one-sided conversation with him. There's one thing, though, I still can't quite figure out. Whether he really intended to kill Shanty and Myrtle, or not.
Myrtle?
Yeah, strangled.
Oh, Myrtle. Oh, poor little angel. Well, of course he meant to kill him. He hated him. He hated us all.
Well, you can hardly blame a fella for being annoyed. Framed on a grand larceny charge by 3 old chums. But you've got the wrong idea, Louisa. What I meant was, did he ever really intend to kill him himself? Or did he just intend to set off the greatest chain reaction since the atom bomb, and just sit back and watch the 3 of you try to beat each other to it?
Why, that's just crazy talk.
Yeah, like a fox, maybe. He made his threat to me knowing I'd carry it back to you. I say you because, well, you're the only one that's left. You see, he set himself up as a patsy. He'd been framed by you once before. To me, It looks like Carter Lacey learned a few things about wrong people during that 8-year stretch. Namely, that they never trust each other.
You're absolutely nuts, Dollar. Think you'd better get out of here. Go peddle your insurance. The cops will take care of Mr. Lacey.
I don't think they will, Louisa.
Why not?
Myrtle was strangled. That's the kind of murder a man would commit. But there was a set of deep fingernail marks on her throat. And Carter Lacey, well, he bites his nails. You, on the other hand, got a set of claws a lioness would envy. So maybe you better get yourself a manicure before the police arrive.
Thanks for the advice. Stand right there, Dollar. This time I got the gun.
All right, hold everything, Louisa.
Carter!
This is a standoff, Louisa. Point that thing someplace else before I point my gun up your snoot. All right, Dollar, get out.
What's the matter with you, Lacey? Are you cracking up? Your plan was going along swimmingly. First, Myrtle tossed Shanty to her snakes, then Louisa took care of Myrtle. There's only one left, and the state will take care of her.
Yeah, but that's not enough. There's one satisfaction I haven't enjoyed so far. That's hearing one of these little pigs squeal.
Carter, we can still split the money in the show and get out of here.
The only one that's going to get out of here, and that's Dollar. Beat it, insurance man.
I beat it, all right. What else was I supposed to do? I was the only one in there without a gun. I plunged into the darkness looking for something and came up with a tent rope, dashed back to the trailer door, and latched the knob to the guide rail. I didn't want those gun-happy birds flying the coop. Just then, the season opened. I didn't know who was going to come out worst in there, the hunter or the hunted. The only key I had to the situation was the key to the car, the one I had picked up earlier in the day. The car churned the trailer through the carnival back lot and out into the highway. When I hit the cement, I started spinning the rubber. Just as we hit the streets of the sleeping city, things woke up. Whoever was left back there took a shot at me through the trailer's front window. Second shot was my cue to try and ruin their aim by playing Rockabye Trailer, swinging the car from one side of the street to the other. Just as the not-so-sharpshooter made another try, I picked up just what I was looking for. A game of tag with police patrol car. Expense account item 13, 15 cents. Bicarbonate of soda. Those Midway hot dogs I had for supper were no thoroughbreds. Item 14, $35. Cigars for night shift Talladega police, for whom I had started things smoking. Item 15, $3. Hotel bill. Oh, but not for myself. This was the checkout of the Sunshine Hotel, the man who had checked out in the trailer, at the hands of Louisa Pepper. Louisa Pepper, last man standing. After Shanty Brennan was snaked to death by Myrtle, Louisa took care of Myrtle in Carter Lacey's hotel room. And finally, she took care of Carter Lacey in close quarters combat in her trailer. She was standing all right. Standing trial for murder and manslaughter, proving that when you start any kind of chain reaction, you should be careful because you never can be sure when it's going to stop. Expense account total... What? Only $618.19? I must be slipping. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar. The Murder is a Merry-Go-Round star Jim Yount as Brennan, Aela Mackintosh as Louisa. Carter Lacey was played by Justin Kapla. Scotta Turner was Myrtle. And, of course, Dalton Johnson was Johnny Dollar. Yeah. Other voices, of course, by the talented cast.